A lot of people who want to lose 5 kilos and who think they're overweight are taking the aid of injectables, that it's making them lose muscle mass.
They are meant for people who are diagnosed. You have to be very cautious when taking these drugs.
You can't keep taking these drugs for the years together and thinking that you will be able to maintain everything without doing the lifestyle.
There's no denying that India has an obesity problem, and a big one.
And both awareness and concerns over this are rising.
एक ऐसी बीमारी है मोटापा, obesity.
While many people are hitting the gyms,
And many more, like me, are working on controlling their diets.
now another way out has entered the picture, and that is medicines which are proving to be popular.
And the Indian pharma market data proves this. Barely 6 months after its launch, Eli Lilly's anti-obesity and diabetes drug, Mounjaro, is flying off the shelves. It has emerged as the second largest brand in India's pharma market, reflecting the country's surging demand for weight loss therapies.
Online pharmacies are promising same-day delivery of weight loss injections, and the demand is booming. And there's a reason for this. India is on the brink of a metabolic crisis.
The National Family Health Survey reveals that nearly 1 in 4 Indian adults is either overweight or obese. And abdominal obesity, which is commonly called belly fat, exceeds 40% among women.
Nearly 11% of Indians between the age of 20 and 79 live with diabetes. India is the world's second largest diabetic population.
And together, Sana, this means a rising tide of heart disease, stroke, and conditions like kidney failures.
And within this landscape came the entry of medicines like Mounjaro.
Yes, our favorite topic today. The drug was initially launched as a drug for diabetes in India in March this year by the US-based pharma giant Eli Lilly. And in less than a year, Mounjaro has emerged as the second largest brand in India's pharma market. Can you believe that?
Absolutely. And in fact, in October, which was just last month, Mounjaro has in fact become India's highest selling pharmaceutical by value. That means they posted sales worth over 100 crore rupees.
Wow, but you'll be surprised. Many who have used it have touted its benefits, including filmmaker Hansal Mehta, remember him? Who actually shared pictures of how his life changed after he used it under medical supervision, of course.
Right. And the boom is happening worldwide. It's not just in India. Just yesterday, US President Donald Trump has moved to make such medications available under Medicaid, which is basically the health cover that they have in the United States.
That's going to cause a lot of debate now.
They make a lot of money. I look at the money, but they're entitled to the money because the companies are doing very well.
So as the demand for anti-obesity medication booms beyond belief, ladies and gentlemen, let's try to understand a little more about it, because you are going to want to know more sooner or later.
Basically, GLP-1 analog means what? Analog means that it is something similar to another structure. So GLP-1 is a basic enzyme which is in our body, which helps in digestion and helps in the insulin secretion in our bodies when we eat our food. Now, what happens? So these drugs basically are having the similar kind of structure as the GLP-1. And when we give this as a drug, so they lead to the early satiety. And then at the same time, it acts at the hunger center in the brain, and it doesn't lead to have the food. So this is the basic mechanism through which it leads to the weight loss. Now the thing is, when we are not having the food, when our calories is restricted, so in that process, our body needs the energy. Now from where to get the energy? So they start utilizing the fat cells.
Is the most effective medication we have on the market for managing type 2 diabetes and also for managing obesity. That we shouldn't be using this just as a way to get skinny. It's really important to look at all of the metabolic health parameters.
Anyone who just got a BMI somewhere around 25, 26, 27, just want to lose little bit of weight, they are not the candidate for these kind of drugs. Remember, we need to understand that this is not a weight loss drug. This is basically a diabetic medication, which is also having an additive effect of the weight loss. So we do use it as a weight loss drug, but not in a BMI which is hardly less than 30. So usually we use this drug when the BMI is more than 30. The GI side effect at the gastrointestinal. So you can have the nausea, you can have the vomiting. You can, if you eat excess, you can throw up like anything. Then constipation, severe diarrhea. All these are the common side effects which we do see in our patients. Other than that, if you use it, suppose for the 3 months, 6 months, if you don't do the exercise, that's the most important part. So a lot of people think that this is the drug which is a shortcut. So it will not let me eat. I don't have to go anywhere. I will not do exercise. Believe me, they will lose the muscle. And the second problem with that whole story is because they think that we'll take it as a shortcut 3 months, 6 months. You have lost your muscle and now we'll stop the drug and now you again started gaining weight because this will definitely happen. It is not something that you stop the drug and your weight will be stable. You will again start gaining the weight. And when you start gaining the weight, it will be fat accumulation, not the muscle. And a lot of people keep doing this cycle. Every 3 months, 6 months, they will lose weight and then again they'll gain little bit, then again they'll take. In that whole process, you will lose significant muscle loss. So muscle wasting is something which can be sarcopenia, which we call clinically, medically, and that is very, very significant in these patients if they keep doing this cycles of taking, leaving, and not doing the exercise.
In the last 30 years, I've seen a lot of quick fix coming in and people justify it, right? It's very good, you don't understand. Yes, the injectables are really good for people with diabetes and people who are obesely overweight, and have tried everything, can't lose weight, and it's affecting their health. So for them to lose weight has become, it's either that or going through bariatrics. So you'd go through, I would say, the injectables, depending on what their doctor suggests to them. I'm no person to judge, but I feel like a lot of people who want to lose 5 kilos and, who think they're overweight are taking the aid of injectables, which is not something that I would recommend anyone to do because what they're not realizing is that it's making them lose muscle mass. Okay, and muscle is really difficult to put on. It's very easy to put on fat, but it's very, very difficult to put on muscle. And if you don't have enough muscle, as you grow older, you're going to lose bone density. And the thing that protects our bones is our muscle. So you've lost the muscle, you've lost the bone, and you're heading for osteoporosis and arthritis. So I would recommend weight train, strength train, increase your protein intake and drink lots of water.
There's no shortcut in the life. And same way in the obesity also, there is no shortcut to lifestyle. Lifestyle is something which is going to stay. You can't keep taking these drugs for the years together and thinking that you will be able to maintain everything without doing the lifestyle.
So it is clearly useful and it can be a game changer. 2/3 of the world's 1 billion obese adults live in poorer countries, and excess weight is not merely cosmetic.
That's correct. It raises the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. And GLP-1s, like we heard, do way more than help people shed pounds. They may also treat sleep apnea, kidney disease, and Alzheimer's.
For poorer countries, wider access to these kind of medicines could transform the treatment of chronic illnesses. And Abhinav, the shift may begin as early as next year because something interesting is going to happen.
And we shall tell you what.
Semaglutide or Ozempic is going off patent in India and in several other countries next year. And we will see the market boom because it will allow a lot of companies to come in and make generic or copycat versions of the drug at lower prices. And the demand is already there. Now we will have a lot more supply as well.
When it goes off patent, the cost will go down drastically, and yes, it's going to accelerate like anything. The biggest fear is it will become something like an OTC, over-the-counter drug, because though the regulations are there, but hardly it is being followed in our country, and this is the bitter truth.
When this happens and cheaper generics come around alongside pill-based versions, it's important, Sana, that these be regulated because in a market like India, anything can happen.
Exactly, because in India's high-value weight loss segment, Mounjaro's success highlights a big shift in India's healthcare consumption pattern. Because Abhinav, as awareness is increasing regarding obesity, metabolic disorders, and their link to lifestyle diseases, people are going to seek more professional treatments and medically supervised weight loss therapies.
Which may be good. Which may be a good thing, better than unregulated supplements, crash diets, or some workouts that may help more than just hurt. But then, that's the key. Medically supervised. It's important. Remember the name.
Exactly, because as the experts have warned us, these medicines will cut muscle mass as well. So it's important that we take them in a regulated manner.
And without a balanced approach, Sana, what may end up happening is that we may replace one epidemic with another. Obesity with weakness or malnutrition.
That's right. And with this, that's probably everything that our viewers need to know about Mounjaro, a name that you guys are going to hear very, very often in the coming months. And when you do, you'll know exactly what to say and do.
Hope you enjoyed this video. For more such content, keep watching Mint and do share, like and subscribe this video. Shambhak hai.